Harvest pumpkin bread is a great way to use up your home canned pumpkins. I'm going to show you how to make it. It has all these great spices, tastes so good. So it's pretty easy to make. You start with 1 quart of drained canned pumpkin. I'm sure you could use any of the store-bought pumpkins for this too, but for me, we've got it. It'll be somewhere around 2 cups of the pureed pumpkin. Nice and soft already if you've pressure canned it like we have. Then we'll add 4 eggs, 1 cup of oil, and 2/3 of a cup of water. Then we do 3 cups of sugar. And I'll go ahead and mix those together. Making sure I get up those eggs. You could scramble them beforehand, but I usually just do them in here. Now that that's decently mixed, we'll add 3.5 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda. I just kind of sprinkle it along the whole thing. You can do your dry goods separate, but I've found if you just do it like this, it works really well too, and then you don't have another dish. So, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of cloves, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, and 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. It's just the dried ginger. And then I do some shallow mixing so that I'm just mixing the dry ingredients on the top. And gradually I get deeper and deeper until I have it all mixed in. Now we grow the sugar pumpkins, and those are nice and sweet. They're good. If I'm honest though, I've even done canned squash, like either the acorn squash or butternut. I mean, any of those are gonna taste good in this. You saw how much sugar we put in. How could it be bad, right? If you find that you have any chunks of squash in it, just kind of squish them up. You can squish them up more in the very beginning if you want. I don't mind having a few chunks in there. Now I've already greased my pans, but I have an additional step I like to do, and that's to add some sugar to it. And this makes it so that it doesn't stick quite as badly. So you just kind of move that sugar around inside your pan, and it sticks to the grease that you've already put in there. And then it just kind of provides that separation, kind of like cornmeal when you're making regular bread. Makes it a little easier to get them out of the pan. Sometimes I still have trouble, if I'm honest, but helps a little bit. And then you just load up your 2 loaf pans with equal amounts. And then we'll put these in the oven at 350 degrees for 30 to 40 minutes. It's been an hour and our bread is all done. One of the ways that you can tell is by gently tapping on the very top. It should sound a little bit hollow, and you shouldn't see any movement. If there's any kind of a wave or something, that indicates that there's some liquid underneath it and it needs to keep going. So you want it to be kind of spongy, provide a little bit of resistance and bounce back. Now we'll let it cool down for just a little bit, and then we can take it out of the pan and slice it. Oh, it's coming out. That's good. I'm always fearful I'm going to lose the bottom of it. Oh, just a tiny bit. Right on that corner. That's okay. So then, especially when it's hot like this, you want to be really careful when you're cutting it because it can crumble easily. It might still. Oh, perfect. Now we have a lovely pumpkin bread that you can share with your family and use up some of that candy.